David Bay here for MuscoDevelopment.com. We are in Chicago for the 2016 NPC Junior Nationals, hanging out here with super heavyweight competitor Matt Kouba. Matt, for the people at MD not familiar with yourself, give us a little bit of background. You know, what got you into lifting, competing, stuff like that?
Well, I've been competing for about 10 years now. I first did a few Muscle Mania shows when I was, in my 20s, early 20s. Started competing in the NPC when I was about 25. Did a few state level shows. The last 2 years I've done junior nationals. I took second last year at this same show in the super heavyweights. Last year was the first year I won my first overall at the Illinois State, so that was cool. But yeah, I mean, I pretty much got into weightlifting through, I played football in high school, and my teammates voted me most dedicated in the off season because they knew that like the gym was kind of like my place. So it was just it was a really easy, transition. It was like, I love training, I love that intensity in the gym, and it just kind of carried over, into bodybuilding. So I, did my first show shortly after high school. Okay. One of the trainers at the local Lifetime Fitness kind of suggested it. It sounded enticing, and yeah, I've pretty much had the bug ever since, and it's just been slow and steady. I mean, I did my first show, I weighed in at like just under 170 pounds, and now 10 years later,
where are we at for this show?
250 on the dot. So yeah.
About what, about 6 feet tall?
Yeah, about 6 feet tall. So, I mean, it's been, slow progress over the years, but, I've stayed consistent and stayed relatively injury-free, knock on wood. So, everybody has a few tweaks here and there, but I just focus on training smart, but still training heavy and very intense. Anybody that knows me or has trained with me would agree, and so I have fun with it, and yeah, it's been a really enjoyable prep this year. I'm excited for the show.
Enjoyable as in you liked the progress, or enjoyable in the prep itself? Because those are two different things. Always nice seeing the weight come off and the changes, but when we talk about prep, enjoyable, not necessarily the word most guys use to describe it. How long did you prep for this show?
Well, I started working with Chris Aceto back in like early October, and we've, I don't know when you would call it starting prep, but I know on my initial plan he didn't really give me any cheat meals, and I was kind of like, all right, I'm working with Chris Aceto, I'm not going to ask him for a cheat meal.
You're waiting on the Aceto muffins, right?
Yeah,
when does he get a muffin?
Yeah, but he implemented the muffins and stuff like that, but the magic muffins from Panera, and but yeah, I mean, like as far as like a scheduled cheat meal, I wasn't really doing many of them, so it was he has his way of doing things, and I just kind of let him lead the way, and he's been great. I've had a really good time working with him, and he definitely knows his stuff, so I'm excited to step on stage this weekend and show the changes I've made over the last year.
All right, man, we'll tell you what, we wish you best of luck for myself, everybody at MuscoDevelopment.com. Guys, for the men's prejudging, everything gets started at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. Finals are going to be running at 6. Tomorrow, starting at 1, we have all our women's divisions just prejudging once again. They're going to be going with the guys Saturday night at 6. All times are Central Time for you guys out of the East Coast and the West Coast. That's going to do it for us. I'm going to let Matt maybe go get a couple more muffins in, fill out for Saturday. But best of luck, Matt. Thanks, one more time, guys. David Bay with Matt Kouba from MuscoDevelopment.com from the 2016 NPC Junior Nationals here in Chicago.